Bahnstormers fans, you joined me to have the wonderful opportunity to share with you this beautiful 1979 633 CSI. This is a Series 1 E24, the rarely seen. Designed and built initially by Carmen in Italy. The 633, these cars were pretty well hand built. And they are somewhat unusual on the roads today. Not a great deal of Series 1 cars have survived. They are E12 based. So whilst they look very similar to their Series 2 replacement, they are very different. So, apart from the fact that you have an awesome range of 70s colours, this is a particular favourite of mine. I believe is Phoenix Gold. It has an M90 based engine with a banana inlet manifold. And like all E12 based cars, twin servos. It's the same, but slightly different. So more reminiscent, as I say, of an E12 M535i or the earlier twin servo cars. Fantastic engine. And as you can see, this one has had hours and hours of love spent on it. This vehicle actually belongs to one of my technicians, and it has been a passion project of his. It was saved, came in for an appraisal, and the vehicle was considered an uneconomic repair. My tech jumped in and saved it. And it is, I mean, wow, what a beautiful car. Tom, if you pan out and show us the whole thing, it is fantastically cool looking car. It gets attention wherever we go, people coming over. I've driven over here from Cirencester, and along the way I've had various thumbs up and clapping and all that good stuff. It is a wicked, wicked car. Interior, fantastic. It's got this beautiful biscuit coloured leather in it, which, I mean, this car's in fantastic condition. It has only done about 36,000 miles, and it is in phenomenal condition. It's got a 3-speed automatic transmission and the early style instrument pack. It's got some really cool early styling cues, so the front valance being one. It's got this kind of built-in chin spoiler. I think over the years a lot of people have added Zenders and BBSs, but I think it's actually really cool to see it without an additional plastic spoiler, just in its kind of naked form. It's very unusual. And speaks really well to the sort of styling that my technician's gone for. It's got the early style side mouldings and the small impact bumper on the back, and it is sans spoiler. It's very, very clean looking and somewhat more classic shape, I think. Right, let's take it for a drive. I'll hop in, Tom. Go. Fired up the M90. I love, just as we're kind of getting ready to go for a little drive round, I love all the kind of 70s switches. The fan control on these are so cool, like inside the clock inside it, it's awesome. The hazard switch, obviously I love all this kind of 70s font. The vent controls as well. Slightly more 70s stalks. And the switches. Oh, the pockets. Just show your pocket. Yeah, super cool. Door handles as well. You can see they've got the lift up style latches to let you out. Right, let's go for a drive. This car's been lowered on Bilstein V6s and I believe H&R springs, which is the setup that we do normally kind of recommend at Bahnstormers. It is, as with everything in life, a compromise, but it's the most livable compromise if what you're looking for is a slightly stanced look. So we'll have a lovely little drive through the Cotswold countryside now. This car is most definitely a cruiser. Just let me wind up the window. Yeah, this early car, especially with the 3-speed trans, is most definitely a cruiser, but it is a cool cruiser, no doubt. And it's got some ponies. I can't remember exactly what the brake horse figure is on the 3.3 engine, but it's over the 200 brake mark, I'm sure. Even with the 3-speed transmission, when you need to, you know, it picks up its feet and it goes really well. I drove along the Foss Away to get here, which is quite a well-known road here in the Cotswolds. And there are some very large hills. And, where I needed to, I was able to put my foot down. And as you can hear, it makes a lovely noise. And away she goes. And it is a really lovely linear power delivery, as with all M30s. You've got this lovely 6 Series dash, I guess. This is very similar. The actual form dash top is the same as more or less what you get in an early Series 2 car. And it is got lovely clear dials, nicely backlit with the orange glow that you would expect for a BMW of this period. It's a lovely car to drive. The chassis, running gear and suspension is all E12 based. So we've got a front subframe with control arms and thrust rods, and we've got independent rear trailing arms. So as you can see, it picks up speed nicely, and it is just a fabulous lofty cruiser. Obviously lots of work been done to this car, so it handles really well, the suspension, U-bushes, what have you. Steering, nice and responsive, nice and taut. Just shake Tom around a bit there. It just does make a lovely noise as we're pulling up this hill. Got fantastic visibility. Being a coupe, it's not pillarless, which I always think was a bit of a shame. I don't know why they didn't carry the pillarless motif on to E24s. I guess it was for increased safety, having B pillars. But we've got these lovely big pieces of glass, fabulous visibility all around. Always get comments from my clients about how their kids love going out in their old BMWs. The reason for that is often the visibility. They can see, they're not sat down, cocooned so much like our modern cars. They can see what's going on. They can look up for a second from their screens and appreciate the natural world, which is beautiful at this time of year. Especially look at all these fabulous leaves on the tree. It is a wonderful evening to be driving this beautiful car. It is a nice, lofty, lazy car to drive, and but comparatively modern. Despite the fact that it is, as I say, E12 based, and it borrows probably more of its suspension design from E9s and E3s. It's very stable, feels very safe at speed, at cornering. The brakes, I would argue, so this early twin servo system gets quite a lot of bad press, bad feedback for being difficult to live with. When it's and we have had experiences in the workshop where they've been difficult to bleed, which is commonly what you'll read about these twin servo brake systems. However, 9 times out of 10, they've bled up lovely for us, and it does give you a very, very reassuring brake pedal. These cars have got twin pot piston ACE calipers on the front and twin piston calipers on the back, so you get a really good brake brake on these cars when it's working well. Tom, thoughts?
Love the colour, wheels are amazing. It's a very nice car to take to a caffeine machine or a car cruise, that sort of vibe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's the colour that does it for me. I guess I'd be interested in your experience. What sort of people are buying E24s at the moment, and kind of what's something like this worth roughly?
Sixes are always an interesting one. I think E24s are always the car that everyone's got into their wall. But when it comes to it, it's easier to get an E28 past the misses because you've got slightly more usable, practical rear seats having rear doors. However, you know, the E24 was designed as a GT car. They were designed for covering, you know, vast swathes of Germany, from the powerhouses of Cologne to the Rhine Valley and back in the day kind of thing. But they are fabulous cars to drive, fantastic silhouette. I think a lot of people who buy an E24 will buy one simply based on the way it looks. Certainly it is the car that hooked me on BMWs. My interest in BMW started with E24s. I wasn't a BMW fan per se, it didn't run in the family, but I've just always thought the E24 is one of the best looking cars. For me, one of the best looking cars ever. It's a classic design. They've always been desirable as well. They are the bridge between the earlier cars, the sort of 2W2s, the E9s. You know, I guess when I first got interested in these cars was considered to be the true classics, and the kind of more recent surge in future classic interest, 28s, 23s, 30s. The E24 has always been a civilised, opulent, desirable choice. You've never ever, I can't think of any scenario or period of time where an E24, you wouldn't have rocked up to anywhere in an E24 and not got kudos for having taste. They are a seriously good looking car. But I mean, back in the day, these things were seriously expensive. I'm not exactly sure what a standard 633 cost, but I know there was a coach building company called Hallmark who built a special edition, which was based on a Series 1 car. And they were more expensive than Ferraris, Porsches, you name it. You had to be doing well in life to have a 6 Series. Pretty easy to live with. Mechanically, they are, as I say, these early cars, they share their DNA with E12s. Mechanically, most of the parts are still reasonably readily available. Discs, pads, brake fitting kits, flexis, fuel system. Some of the Bosch, these cars run on Bosch Algetronic, and some of those parts are getting harder to find. Things like the brake servos can be expensive when they fail, and there are a limited number of companies that are able to refurb them, but that is obviously something we do pretty regularly. We've got all the contacts that you would ever need to keep the Series 1 E24 on the road, and finding the majority of the parts. We've got a nice bit of windy road here, and you can see it handles really, really well. Throw it around quite nicely. And 3-speed, changing down and responding. These 3-speed boxes as well are absolutely bomb-proof. I mean, I don't think I have any memory of having a 3-speed box fail. At one time I had quite a few of them, which I inherited it from a local guy, a local specialist who retired, and he said to me, "You'll never ever sell those." I've had them for years and years and years and years. I had a chap come along who was restoring some French military equipment, of all things, which used the same 3-speed boxes, and I took the opportunity to sell every single one of them to him, and I've never regretted it, because as I was previously advised, 3-speed box, don't go wrong. So we've got power steering on this car, we've got all the refinement you could want really, electric windows, sunroof, they did them with air conditioning, you've got these beautiful chrome mirrors that BMW continued into the later design cars, and yeah, it's got a lot of visibility and a lot of modern comforts that make them easy to live with. As I said, they did do air conditioning as an option, cruise control. They did them with a manual 5-speed box. They also did them with a manual dogleg box. A lot of these cars, one of the reasons you don't see Series 1 cars around is because they are extremely prone to rot. They were not well protected. There are stories, I don't know if they're true or not, but there are stories that dealers were reporting them going rusty on the forecourt as approved used vehicles. This one has survived spectacularly well. And that's what we tend to see with Series 1 cars. They're either rotten as a pair or they survive really, really well. And I think a lot of that was probably down to the grade of steel that was used to protect them, to produce them, sorry. Yeah, they're beautiful things. We'd like to see more of them at Classic Bahnstormers. Excitingly, we've got somebody bringing one over from Italy for us to appraise and do some work on in November, so we're excited about that manual anthracite car, which I will hopefully be able to feature on social media. Yeah, I have been asked quite regularly about E24s. People contact me and they're looking to buy, and they ask me which one's the best one to go for. And I think the Series 1 car, if you like the kind of more classic, more retro feel, then the Series 1 car could well be for you. Certainly the interior trim, door handles, it's definitely, I would say, probably got slightly more legitimate claim to a retro type.